My loves, with all festive cheer, I bring you this mini junk journal. It's a complete junk journal in a mini scale, and it's absolutely delightful. Let me take you through it. It's printed on 2 pieces of paper and cardstock. The cover is printed on card. All the little bits and bobs inside are printed on card, and the actual pages themselves are printed on paper. So let's have a look inside. Open it up to reveal this lovely Christmas tree. We've got a pocket here and a little tag. You do get a page to reverse print if you want to, or you can go with white paper. It's up to you. You can also omit the junk journal elements and just make a little mini book if you want to. Next page, we've got the word holidays, and then we've got this little flip, a flip in a mini junk journal. I know. And inside that spread that we open, we've got a little pocket with a fussy cut Christmas tree inside it. We've also got a tag here and a pocket. Turning over the page again, we've got this lovely double page spread that stands alone. Turning over again, we've got another flip, this time from the top. Lovely writing space in there, and we've got another pocket with a tag in it. Turning over again, we've got a double page spread here. I couldn't resist this. We've got mini paper clips that are holding a little mini folding card, and I've got that clipped on there. You can take this in any direction you want. You can pop your pages, your pockets and your ephemera wherever you see fit in this little journal. So that's just there. Turn over the page. This page here has got a little thumb cut, and in there we've got another little folding tag there, and that lives in there. There's room for more ephemera in this little journal if you've got your own little Christmas bits and bobs that you want to pop in there. And then the back page, we are on the back page, aren't we, has got these 2 corner pockets, and in there we've got a little Christmas tag, and I've got 2 tags in this back one, and just for the sake of whimsy I've got this tiny little fussy cut of a gift that I've paper clipped onto the tag because I can. And it's whimsical and lovely. And close it, and we've got this back. So there you go. There is your Christmas gift from me for this year. I hope you absolutely love it. I hope you make it. They're really quick to make. The folding and cutting technique for the pages is really clever, really easy, and really doable. You could make lots of these, especially if you decided to make them into little books rather than the junk journal bits and bobs. Come with me and let's see how we make this. I'm absolutely charmed and delighted with it, and I know you will be too. Let's have a look. So here we are. I've got me little bits and bobs cut out. This is the main page. I've printed this on 100-gram paper, and I haven't reverse printed it, and I've trimmed down around the edges. This page here I'm printing on 200-gram. You can go as high as 250 if you want to. This page I have reverse printed with the reverse printed sheet that you get, and you don't need it for that bit, but you do need it maybe for all these little tags and whatnot. If you're happy with a white background, by all means don't reverse print. There's your little tags. You've got some little flips here as well. They're going to be super cute. You've got some little folding cards, and you've got some little tickets and general tags, and you've also got these lovely little pockets, and you've got some triangular pockets there as well, and you've got some words and also the book cover itself. Right, let's make a start. Let's put the actual book together, shall we? We'll put those out of the way. And this is our book here, and we're going to begin by folding this. And I'm going to fold in half. And because we're working on a small scale, everything needs to be nice and accurate if you can. The more accurate you can get it, the better your finished result is going to be. So I'm going to fold each of my folds both ways. because when we come to actually fold it into a booklet, we're going to be going both ways. So it's nice that the paper knows which way it's going, and it can go both ways very, very easily, and you haven't got to force anything. So it's very easy to fold. You're folding it into 16, which works out to be half, 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 half. So it's not hard to get it right. Then we're folding this way, like this. Get some nice sharp folds in there. And I'm folding back this way as well. You don't have to follow this exact formula or technique to make your folds, just so long as in the end you've creased and folded all of these darker lines. And in this little kit as well, I've given you these dark vintagey vignette kind of edges on each of the pages, and on all of the bits and bobs as well, so that if you don't want to ink your edges, you don't have to. It's already done for you. It's a fiddly little thing. You can do if you want, by all means. It will only ever enhance it. I love inking. And it just gets rid of those white edges, the raw white edge of the paper for you. But it's not necessary. If you've got a few of these to make, if you're thinking of gifting these, then you might choose to forego that little bit of the process, because it does add some time on for you. I think I've folded all of these both ways now. There we are. Now we're ready to cut. And you can either cut with scissors, or you can use a craft knife, with great care, of course, because all these things are sharp. Right, we are going to cut, my loves. I'm going to use a craft knife. We're going to cut from this point here. This Christmas tree here is our first page. These two are our end pages. So we're going to start here. We're going to start and we're going to cut down this line here. So just check where your Christmas tree is, and that'll tell you. Going to line that up beautifully. Make a cut through there. So I've cut through 3 sections. Then I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to cut through these 3 sections, leaving that one intact. There. So now I've got this going on, and then I'm going to turn it around again and I'm going to cut this last 3 sections here. You might notice that I'm cutting on an angle, so if I slip, it's going to go away from my body, not into my chest. So do exercise caution and safety at all times. Putting the lid back on my craft knife. There we go. So that's what we've got now. We've got this going on, and now we're going to begin to fold, and this is where it all starts to come together beautifully. We're going to begin by folding our end paper on top of the Christmas tree, and everything else will naturally just fall into place. Your accordion folding, let's see if I can do this flat so you get a better view. Your accordion folding from page to page. When you get to here, there's only one place that can go. It's going under. Then you're coming forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And that is your little accordion book made. Now just kind of line those pages up as best you can. If your folding and your scoring is accurate and your cutting is accurate, this should be quite a nice, neat little form by now. There we go. And that's our little book. Now I'm going to score the cover, but I'm not actually going to put it together just yet. So with my scoring board this time, I'm going to score down the centre of these 2 pages here. Then I've got my spine. It's a little tricky to see where that black line is to follow because I've given you stripes on there, which wasn't maybe my best move, but there we are. and then you've got another one to follow there. And your cover, you're going to fold one page into the middle like that, get that nice and lined up. Now this is 200 gram, so by the time I'm done my cover is 400 gram, which is very nice, and I chose to go on 200 gram because I didn't want too much bulk in there, but to be honest it's not going to make a lot of difference if you use 250 gram, which is my usual choice for everything, as you may know. Right, so we folded those two in, and that's given us a gap in the middle, and that gap is our spine. So we can go ahead now and fold our spine. I always say don't blindly follow your score marks. If you put this over here like this and you see that this is a little bit off, straighten it up. Trust your own judgment and your eyes, just in case your scoring is a little bit wonky. There we go. So that is our cover, and our lovely little journal is going to go and glue in here like an absolute charm. Look at that, beautiful. Right, now then, which order do we do this in, guys? There are several ways to go at this. I think first of all, let's get our cover glued down. So I'm gonna get me glue. I'm gonna get me glue. I'm gonna unclog me glue first of all, fellas. There we are. And I'm going to glue my two end papers. We'll be covering most of this up, sadly, but that happens sometimes and can't be helped. There. So sticking these two pieces to the inside like that. And there's our lovely, lovely, lovely rigid cover. Great. Right, how do we tackle this? Let's have a look. We've got all these pages that at the moment are all flapping about, and ultimately we're going to glue our pages together. So we've got nice, firm, single pages. But before we do that, there is one little thing that we need to have a look at, and that is these two pieces. And these are flips. You don't have to use them. In fact, you don't have to use any of the pieces. If you want to just make a little mini book and not make the journal, not use the pockets, not use the tags and whatnot, then absolutely go for that. They make lovely little books and they're super quick to put together because of this lovely way that we do this fold. There's no long strips and accordion folding that you usually get in mini books. So there we go. I'm loving this way of doing things. So there's one of our flaps there, our flips. I've got another one somewhere. What have I done with it? Here's our other flip. Little score along that little tag there. Now then, what I'm going to suggest to you, my loves, is that we get this and we pop it in position like this. We have a look through. We've got 4 pockets. 2, 3, 4, and we've got 2 little corner pockets. So that's those. There are 4. There it is. And we've got 2 little corner pockets, and we've also got these 2 flips. So we want to really just have a little look and think about where we might like these things to go. Your 2 flips, you've got one that's going to go on a right hand page like this, and you've got one that's going to go at the top. Now you can put this top one anywhere in the little book, but with this one you want to tuck it in between 2 pages that have got a raw edge on the outside, and in this publication you've got 3 of those, so make your choice. I think I'll go on this plain page here like this, why not? Okay, so now I'm going to glue the inside of this tab here, the plain side if you like. I'm going to position it in between these 2 layers here. bring it round so it's all sitting nice and it's in the right place, and glue that down. Okay, that's as simple as that is for now. And I've put that quite close to the beginning. I just thought it'd be a nice little bit of added interest towards the beginning. And like I say, this top one, the one that goes at the top, you can put absolutely anywhere because you've got flaps everywhere at the top. I mean, you've got like these little opening bits at the top. I'm not explaining that very well, am I? Do you know what I mean? So this one I'm going to place on a plain page, add a little bit more interest to that plain page. And I've also got this lovely matching kind of writing space there, which is nice. Pop that on. Make sure it's nicely straight and lined up there. That'll do. This, my fold is a little bit off on this one. When you're working on a small scale, these little offs really show themselves. When you're working big, you lose it. But there we go, that's that. Mine's a little wonky, but there we are. Principle is there. So we've got a little flip there now. And we've got a little flip. A little mini journal with flips, comprehensive as you like. Right, now that I've got those two in, there's no reason I can't glue this whole thing together. And to do that, I'm leaving this one because this is my end paper, and that this is a traditional bookbinding technique. So look at this on a mini scale that you can do yourself. How fantastic. So that is going to glue down to there. So we're leaving that one, and then we're opening these two up, and we're going to glue. You can glue either side, it doesn't matter. We're going to glue all the way around the edge here. Now you do have the option, if you want to be all creative and clever about it, of leaving some of these open. For instance, you may choose to make a pocket out of that one. In actual fact, why don't we do that? We'll do that when we get there as an illustration. Right, so we've glued that page together now. And if we open this up, if we just keep working our way through the booklet, we can see how the pages need to unfold for us to be able to get at them. So let them guide you. And you're sticking each double page together like that. And that is now sandwiched my little flip in there. And you can't see the back of it. It's really rather professional and lovely. There we are. So that's that one done. And if we turn it over again, the next double page spread, the next leaf to open is this one here. So we'll glue. Just keep checking and looking. You won't make mistakes. You just take your time. There we go. And there's another page glued together like that. This one is going to want to fold upwards or downwards or something. Oh, there we go. I've kind of glued it together with the flip. So we're gluing down all over the top of that little flap as well. Oh, that's the wrong one. Look at that. Don't glue that one down. Glue that one down. That's it. Right, let's have a look. Let's go back to the beginning and see how we're doing. We've got these lovely, lovely pages now that are all glued together. And obviously, they're double thickness. That's why you want to go on 100 gram or something like that for these. This page, we can glue this one. Remembering to leave our first page open. I nearly glued that completely shut, didn't I? That's silly. So this is our end paper, and it's this side that we're gluing like that. It might sound a little bit confusing, but once you're there and you've got it in front of you, just like I say, just let the pages tell you where they want to fold and unfold, and they will do. Right, now this one here, let's do something a little bit different here. We've got the opportunity to make a little pocket at the side here, so why don't we do that for the purposes of the video and a little bit more intricacy and detail. Now we don't need to glue that top edge because that's got a fold, that's already dealt with. We do need to glue the bottom edge. If we're going to make a pocket, we don't technically need to run a seam of glue down that edge there. We certainly don't want to be stringing the glue across there like what I have just done. And then we're going to close that page up and glue it. It's this page. So we've got a pocket in here now, And why don't we take our circle punch, if we can find our circle punch. Here's mine, I love it. And make a little thumb cut in here. Let's see if we can get it in the middle. And I'm going to keep it quite shallow because we're on such a small scale. And there you go. You've now got a little pocket in your journal that you can pop a little thing in. We'll come to that in a bit, shall we? We've got a couple more glues to do. What on earth is going on here now? Oh, there we go. Let's do, this is the last one actually. This is the last one. Closing that up. This is our end paper and our end paper. So now you can see we have got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 page booklet and these 2 end papers. And we're going to take this little beauty now and we're going to glue it in here. And to do that, we are going to glue. Should we go the back first? We'll do the back. We're not gluing the spine. We're leaving the spine unglued because books of this nature with this external spine like to have a little bit of room for movement. If you glue them, it makes them uncomfortable and they can't move the way they need to move in order to be able to open. I love paper. I love the way paper works. I love paper engineering. It's absolutely my passion. I'm very lucky to have my passion and love what I do so much. So we're not gluing the spine, right? We've positioned that in place, so we've butted it up against this edge here. And then we're going to, oh, I've done it upside down. Don't do it upside down. Make sure your page is the right way round. Make sure your pages are the right way round. And your book is at the front, right? So we're trying again with that one, guys. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Yeah, you've glued that onto the back, not onto the front. And then we're going to unglue that. And we're going to pop a bit more glue on this front panel now. We're going to bring this over, line it up with the back of the book and stick that in place. Now you've got this soft area here of your spine. If you want to, you can round that off a bit so it looks like a proper book. And when you open this, you've actually got your book and you can see when you open it, you get that shape of the spine there, just like a proper book. And you've got your flip there. You've got your pages. This is so sweet. You've got your little pocket on this page here, and you can see how the book is moving. Yeah, like this, as you turn the pages, emulating a very real, very mini book. And now we can go ahead and we can decorate this now, my loves. We've got a couple of cards here that are folding cards. If you want to go ahead and cut those in half so you've got more actual single tags, you can do. We've got a couple of these babies here. So they'll make single tags or they'll make foldable cards. Both are good. There, so they're folded. I need to decide now where I'm going to put my pockets and my bits and bobs. Now I've got so many pretty pages in here, I'm having a hard time deciding where to put my pockets, but sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet and cover something up to make your design your way. But I'm going to stick a pocket on the front here because they're nice, fairly plain pages. And I am going to put the finest seam of glue that I can put on this pocket, And there's a little border all the way around the edge. And that's going to stick on there like that. How absolutely incredibly beautiful is it? Gorgeous. Right, let's leave those 2 pages for now. I'm going to go right to the back actually, and I'm going to put one of my, you've got, in these little corner pockets here, you've got a left-hand one and a right-hand one. They look like that. If it's a little bit long, which it is, these do go right to the edge. You could actually go right down to the bottom like that, couldn't you? Let's do that. If you need to trim these down a little bit to fit your pages, you can do. You can just, whoops, you can just whop a little bit off that point there. But if you're going right to the edge, like what I am here, that works just perfectly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm getting really quite excited about it now. It's so lovely. We've got a pocket here. What's happening with this page here? I've glued them together accidentally. There we go. There we go. No need to panic. Let's have one on this plainish page here. This is an interesting spread. Now I've got the flip and I've got my little pocket. Thin as you can with the glue. Needle tip bottles are your friend. And stick this in place, honouring the little tiny border all the way around the edge. That's that one. You're going to want to keep opening these pages as your glue dries, because I've got a bit of a splurge there, and I think it's going to be one of the hazards of this particular job because you're working on such a small scale. Where am I going to put my other pockets? I could put a pocket on there to be hiding under there, couldn't I? Very nice, very nice. Let's do that. I'm trying to put the pockets on places that aren't too decorated. Oh, come on, glue, don't mess about. There we go. And this is a nice little, interesting little spread now. I've covered up my holly, but oh, there we go. We've got to do that sometimes. And what have I got left? I've got a corner pocket and I've got a little pocket. I want to use them all. Just don't know where. I could cover up my Yule log. Don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. This is nice. I could actually put my other corner pocket there, couldn't I? Have two at the back there. That's quite interesting for an end, because very often on an end we've run out of steam and it's nice to go out with a bang. Unsure of if I've got enough ephemera to fill all these blinking pockets that I've been determined to use, but we shall see. And I've also made an extra pocket in the in one of those pages, haven't I, with my little thumb cut. I'm going to cover up my gloves here, but I never was that keen on those. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's nice, isn't it? Look at that end spread. Yeah, keep opening your pages because you don't want to accidentally stick stuff together as your glue is drying. There we go. There are my pockets on. I'm going to give them a minute to dry. What should we do while we're waiting? I haven't inked up most of this. It's a small scale and I think the cuteness value is enough. I've got two things here I can use on the cover. I've got Christmas and I've got journal, so I'm going to use both of those words on here. The journal word will fit out on top of the books quite nicely, and yes, I know I'm covering up the books, but this is my design choice. So I'm going to pop that over there, and that does work quite nicely because you get the foliage at the top and bottom. And then I've got the word Christmas, which I'm going to pop up here. I love adding little words and sentiments to a kit. I think they just finish it off so beautifully. Look at that, I really like that. Right, what have we got now? We've got the word holidays. We're just going to pop those in. Let's pop it somewhere where there's a plain page. There. And let's find someone somewhere else that could do with a little bit of zhuzhing. That's going to have things in it. This can have peace and love at the top. Oh, underneath. Look at that. It can have peace and love underneath. This is the fun bit, in it, putting all of this in. Mind you, it's all fun, this, fair play. I've really enjoyed the accordion folding fit. Oh, I've got a blinking pocket. I've got too many pockets for you guys. Too many pockets. I've got one that I haven't put on there. I think I might leave it off as well. I don't know. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Right, there we go. That is my... oh, I could put it on the back. Heck, I could put it on the back. I haven't got enough ephemera. I filled your page up for you. Might end up cutting those in half, so I've got extra pieces. But I do like them, little folding cards. They're nice, aren't they? Right, let's load this up now. Actually, I'm going to leave this dry just for a couple of minutes before I go loading it up. Right, let's go. Let's load it up. Doesn't matter what goes where. Just load it up as you see fit. Let's get that glue off my thumb. And you haven't got room for much ephemera in each pocket, just one, and it's going to hold it nice and tight, which is lovely because we haven't got little gussets, we haven't got little folding tabs on these pockets. That would have been way too fiddly. And we've got all of this stuff, we can just pop it in wherever we like. Isn't that gorgeous? Got a double page spread there that's standing on its own. I've got a little Christmas tree. Oh, I'm going to pop that cookie in to match with this cookie and hot chocolate here. And oh, I've got my lovely pocket here. Now I want a nice big one to go in there, so I've got my Christmas tree. That'll do absolutely fine. And I'm going to feed this. I have glued my page together. I got a little string of glue over there. Let's get something in there to undo that. There we go. That's freed that nicely. So popping that one in there like that, and that'll just sit there nicely. I wonder if we've got room for it to go that way. No, we haven't. There we go. That can just sit in there at the edge. And then we have got, what have we got? We've got two pockets on the back page. You can put these anywhere, like I say, you don't have to put them where I've put them. I'll pop that one in there. I've actually got ephemera over. I've got two pieces of ephemera over, and I've got another pocket, and I did think I might put a pocket on the back. They're too big to go on the flips, although there's nothing to stop you cutting. I see, I don't want to, I could put one there. Actually, I could put one there quite nicely. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, you can put it on the back. You could, if you wanted to, cut a pocket down on either side here, and you could have a pocket there. You'd have to make sure you had a little bit of something in there that'll fit. That's a nice little bit of interest, isn't it? No, but I'm going to put it. I'm not going to cut it down. Am I going to cut it down? Yeah, for the sake of the video, I'm going to trim it down so you can see. I'm going to use a little bit of this stamp. I could put it on the other page, and I might prefer to do that, but you know, I'm making a video, so let's cover all our choices and options. Just trim this little baby down until it fits. Straight if you can. There we go, that'll do. I'm going to ink this edge now because I've obviously cut off this inked edge. And of course we've lost a little bit of this stamp, but you know, that stuff is, these are the compromises we make, isn't it, when we're making these design choices. Oh my God, as little as you can get away with here, and hope that we can get a piece of ephemera that fits. Now I've made that little bubble there. Pop that on, and I've allowed the tiniest little border because I want this to be able to fold nicely. I'm going to need to leave that to dry now before I go popping, hopefully, this in. Hopefully. If not, I'll have to find something smaller. Here we go. I've jiggled things around just a little bit. Let's go through it. I've put my little Christmas tree fussy in this tiny little pocket, and it's perfect. Fits beautifully, looks great. There we go. Let's go through and have a look. That one I've left as a nice writing space there. This one is a lovely decorative double page spread. I've moved my largest folding tag to this pocket here because it's actually a really nice generous space. If you've got some extra Christmas ephemera, little bits that you can pop in here, you've got space, you've got more room. So we'll pop that back in there. We'll pop that back in there. Go on. There we are. I've got plain space there. Yeah, and I've got this piece left over. What am I doing with this piece? Let's put it somewhere nice. And you know what? If you can't use a mini paperclip on your mini Christmas journal, really, what is the point of anything? I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a little folding card. This one. Stick. Why not put it here? On there. With a mini paperclip. Just finishes that off beautifully. I've also got, I've got a couple of bits there. Let's pop another bit in the back there. Got 2 tags there. And I've got this little fussy cut here that I can do something with. Should we get another paper clip? Let's do that. Let's attach this little tiny one to this little tiny one with a little tiny paper clip, just because we can. There we go. Cute and whimsical. Fabulous. We're done. We're done. I hope you absolutely love it. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas from me. I hope you love this free printable. Get a few made, share them around. And like I say, if you want to knock out some really quickly and you don't want to do the journal part, you can just make these into little booklets, into little books. Beautiful, whimsical little things. Have loads and loads of fun, guys. Happy Christmas. See you next time.